Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. I'm Luca Dalvis. With me, as always, is Jared Waters and Tommy Ball. And we have a lot to get into today. We don't want to keep you guys for too long, so we're going to get straight into it, fellas. How are we doing tonight?
We're good.
We're
Fantastic.
good. We're great. We're
Good.
great.
Yeah.
Good scout. Good scout immediately. That's going to lead us right into our scouting report segment. If you don't know what this is, here at the Walk On Pod, we do a scouting report segment where we talk about what we like, what we don't like in the world of sports. We give something a start or give something a sit. Does anyone want to kick us off?
I want to go first.
All right, go for it.
Jared wants to go first.
Yeah, because I think I want to say this might be a semi-rebuttal to somebody else's. I'm Tom's maybe. So Tom, this isn't a shot at you, but I'm gonna take a start here, and I have lots of numbers to back it up, and so I wanna get my piece off on this. I'm gonna make it quick. I'm gonna start Brand Podzinski. I said that
Pod.
wrong, but I'm gonna start Pods because I saw they've been playing well, they've been winning games, and he's finally back healthy. But here's some stats for you. Since he returned in January 23rd, he's averaging 15, 5.5, 4 assists, 1.5 steals on 47, 36, 75 splits, and he's a team high plus 128. On top of that, among all
Number one.
sophomores, he's fourth in points, fifth in rebounds, second among guards, fourth in assists, fifth in steals, fourth in three-pointers made. And then this is the interesting one. And then I'm done. Since his return, Pods led all sophomores in plus minuses and also eighth in the entire NBA in plus minus. The only NBA players ahead of him are the 47 and 46 wing Cavs, Thunder teams, and Dorian Finney-Smith from the Lakers. Pods is now first in plus minus among all Warriors on the season as a whole.
Numbers don't lie.
Yeah. And he currently ranks second among all sophomores in defensive win shares, whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know how they calculate that.
Yeah, whatever that means, but they threw that in there too. But essentially, it's nice to see him get back to form from last year and how like the end of the season ended last year. I think it's been a tough year and for him and for the Warriors at times. Hopefully, he can add another layer to the team as they try to make this final push. They have some other issues they got to take care of, but that guy was catching a lot of heat on Twitter, a
Plus,
lot of heat. So I wanted
too
to make
much,
sure I clap back at all the fake Warrior fans out there.
too much heat that he didn't deserve either because Joe Lacob labeled him as a future All-Star. I will say,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, I'm not even saying to take it that far, but it's like, yeah. I mean,
oh no,
it's
I'm not
nice to.
saying you are
No,
either.
no,
I'm just
no,
saying
no, no.
they put him on such a pedestal.
Yeah, no, I think that was him covering up for other stuff. But
For
yeah,
sure.
I mean, he's hooping, man, and he's a WCC guy, so we gotta give him some love.
Yeah, I think that the Jimmy trade has helped him out significantly, taking a lot of
For
pressure
sure.
off him, not having to like feel like he needs to be this ball dominant dude. He can just does what he does really well, and he is like
Yeah,
he rebounds super hard. He cuts extremely well. He's smart. Obviously, he's a good shooter. I think he needs to be more confident catch and shoot, but I
yeah,
think he will be as time goes on. So I like that start.
yeah.
I got no
Good hooping.
complaints. 17th pick, like he's the guy. I have
I think
six.
I just wanted to say I think he didn't help himself when he like did his little apology on Twitter when he things weren't going well and he was getting a
Yeah,
bunch of heat. I think he
Yeah,
that like I know
opened him
obviously
up to that. Yeah,
well it's like in today's like sports world, I guess, just in general, like the way that fans and like consumers of sports are gonna consume the sport is they're just gonna voice random things on Twitter and
yeah,
Instagram or whatever it is. And like to feed into that and give an apology and like all this and he like talked about like being Steph's team, like it just felt like some rant, like it didn't need to happen. And it just like don't stoop to the level of those that are attacking it
yeah.
basically. And I feel like that didn't help him at all.
No, for sure.
And
Well,
so
because he
like
brings
that
more
just
attention to it, right?
yeah,
So
and it's like
yeah.
and it like validates these people that really shouldn't be validated. And it's like
Yeah.
so
yeah,
I don't know. That
yeah.
that was
He's
like
a
Did you? Oh,
he's
go
also
ahead.
young. Like I mean
Yeah,
like the NBA itself is young and like I feel like there's going to be a lot of battles with that now. But
he's
yeah,
also super arrogant. So, and he talks it. So like I'm not surprised that he felt like he probably needed to say something because he talks crazy.
mm,
He says a lot of nuts
mm.
stuff.
Hey Luke, did you see what Ricky Fowler said at the tournament this weekend? Did you see the clips of that?
Yeah, he was like talking to the fan about how
Yeah,
I bet
so
you did knew that's why you're on the sideline, or that's why you're in the stands.
yeah, yeah, so he was hating on Ricky for missing a putt. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
funny.
it's just like I think in general, like especially on social media, because you can hide
Yeah,
behind your screen and say whatever. So
yeah.
it's like you
I
shouldn't
liked it.
like. I think it's one thing if like it's competitive nature talking and all that, but just like don't feed into the Twitter like
No,
trolls,
definitely not.
literally trolls.
That's what I'm
Like
saying. You never hear that stuff at golf, so I think that's refreshing. But like, yeah, in basketball, it's like, dude, it's just like constant, nonstop, just people
bro, there's so
dogging
many
people.
idiots
Yeah,
on the internet that have no clue what they're talking about, dude.
yeah,
It's just
no.
like,
So
yeah, that
yeah,
was the only thing I think he kind of dug himself a little bit of hole there too. But yeah, he was
yeah,
playing well, so it's nice to see him get out of it.
yeah. It always helps when you're winning games too, right? So it's
That
like
yeah
everything that, like he could be doing
covers
that if
everything
they
up.
were, yeah, if they were if they were 2-9, then no one would be bringing that up, right? But like,
Yeah,
oh, they're winning games and he's playing well.
yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, that's my start. Hope he keeps playing well. They'll need him down the stretch.
They definitely will.
All right, Tom. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. I sit. I can keep this short and sweet, honestly, because I know you guys are gonna agree with me. It just, this guy just keeps looking worse as the days go on. I'm sitting Nico Harrison, man. Like Quentin Grimes was a Dallas Maverick. He just gave the Warriors an efficient 43 points,
It was
44
in
points.
44. It was insane to
He
watch.
was 13 of 15 at one point, 13 of 14 at one point. Like,
Yeah.
guy's clearly a legitimate basketball player. Nico Harrison traded him for Caleb Martin, who hasn't stepped on the floor. This is
Yeah.
for the Mavericks since he traded Jalen Brunson. He traded Kristaps Porzingis. Um, and
Trade
obviously
Luca.
he traded Luka Doncic. The Lakers are now the 2 seed
Yeah.
in the West, by the way.
Traded Dorian Finney-Smith.
Dorian Finney-Smith. The list goes
Yeah.
on and on and
Yeah.
on.
It's not looking good. Josh Green, traded him. He's playing well.
I also saw the Mavs. The Mavs said something. The Mavs organization. I don't quote me on this. The organization did something questionable about Ramadan, and we all know Kyrie celebrates Ramadan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So people were like, "Yeah, when Kyrie walks this summer, don't be surprised."
Dude, yeah.
Nico Harrison, like, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what he sees, but he looks bad right now. He look,
Yeah.
Jared was standing him about three weeks ago, so I don't know, man. Like he was rocking with the. He said he saw the vision and all that. I don't know.
I still see no, I totally see it still. Like
It's
yeah,
it's
it's a business. At the end of the day, let's talk like if we're not going to get into it, but like it's a business. So I
it
totally
is a
see.
business, but like it's these are bad business decisions. Like
Yeah, no, I'm
they're
saying if
not
you just
aging
look
well right now.
no, I'm saying that it's a business in the sense of like if you're only thinking of dollars and cents, then what he did made sense. But
it's like, bro,
Right.
that's
yeah, but like that's not what it's about. But like,
you gotta, bro. It's looking bad. I just don't see what the end game for them
I
is right
mean,
now.
okay, well let me ask you this though. Let me play devil's advocate real quick. Let's say if Anthony Davis was fully healthy and
We
was
can't say
playing,
that though.
but I'm saying if he was, I'm playing devil's advocate. Like
But
the deal
that's not
doesn't.
real though.
I'm
You
not
can't say
saying.
you're trading for a healthy like Anthony
I
Davis
mean, but
'cause it's
Luca
not.
wasn't healthy either. He just came back quicker. That's
Yeah,
I'm saying that like they were both injured players. It's just unfortunate that Anthony Davis's injury was sustained at a later time. You think like they traded for Luca. Luca hadn't played since Christmas. That's a risk.
true. It's true.
That's 2 months
But
off.
I also think Luca's 25 years old, and the Anthony
Yeah,
Davis
I'm not
that
gonna
we're
argue
talking
that.
about,
Yeah.
we haven't seen since the bubble, like
No.
legitimately.
Well, no,
Yeah,
and he looked like bubble Anthony Davis that first half, but then
he
obviously he got
did.
hurt. So it's
He got
like,
hurt
yeah.
in the
So
So
first
that's
it's
what I'm
fourth
saying. So
quarter.
if I'm playing devil's advocate, like I'm not like I don't think it was a basketball decision at all by any means. But if he's healthy and playing, like it looks better. Plus, like other factors, right? Like Lively and Gafford go down at the same time. Like that stuff.
Yeah. Luka trade aside though, like
Yeah.
Quentin Grimes is a good player. You traded him for Caleb Martin's
Yeah.
cool, but like
Caleb Martin was hurt
hasn't
again.
seen
he
him
was
Hurt.
hurt.
before.
When he's
Like they
hurt, he
traded
was
for a
hurt
guy
before
that's
he
hurt.
traded for him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
Jalen
Quentin
Brunson.
Grimes could clearly help them. Oh well, no,
Yeah.
yeah, the Jalen thing's crazy. That was
Jalen,
literally, I
yeah.
think I told you this. That was over like $7 million. They wouldn't give up
Yep.
$7 more million.
Insane. Jalen Brunson
Like
was
what?
Jalen Brunson's a dog.
Yeah,
No,
Better
literally.
point guards in the
yeah,
league. Like it
yeah,
just whew. It's
yeah.
I'm happy I'm not a Mavericks fan. Where's James Pendergrass at? Former walk-on pod. Yes.
Yeah, I gotta
I
ask
know
him.
he can't be
Yeah.
happy.
Gotta ask him.
Yo, they said, hey, I saw, I was watching PTI. They said that the rumor mill in Dallas is that this guy Nico hasn't been sitting in his normal seat at the
I
games.
wouldn't be.
I'm sure. I also like.
And then the
I
Laker
saw
game,
a
they were
rumor.
chanting, "Thank you, Nico."
I saw a
Yeah.
rumor that they might try to push for KD this offseason, but I just don't.
I mean, KD would do it though. He would. I heard the same thing. I mean,
Katie's
KD.
I
out. We
don't.
can talk about that after you give your start if you want, Luke. Katie's
Well,
out.
yeah, I think I saw a report today that they said offseason they're gonna work with him
Yeah.
to
He's
make a
gone.
deal. So
Okay, so Mike. Well, okay, let's get into that after Luke does his then, because I
no,
do
let's do
have a.
mine because mine's not
That's what I said.
basketball
I said
related.
after Luke. Yeah, you're gonna do your scout. Yeah.
No, let's just continue to talk.
Oh.
Mine's not basketball related.
Okay. Like, what do you like? One, my pick looks terrible because the Suns look terrible, so that's on me.
It's
That
all
did
good.
talk
They're
about not
so bad.
aging
They're not even gonna
well.
make the
They're
playoffs.
so bad, but like how? Like
How? I don't get
how?
it.
I don't get
There's
it. And
some
then
there's some going on. So like I watched them play the Spurs. What was that? A
right,
week and a
that
half
was the
ago,
first game back,
and
right?
I was courtside. Yeah, there's something going on there. The energy is not right. Like I was
Like
on
there's
their
some
bench side
egos. There's
courtside.
like some
I
ego
don't
stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Book is not the same Book that we saw during the championship run or during the bubble. Like he's not the same dog. He's not. And like I like Book. I think that's the best version of him is when he's really like taking in
Or
that
even the
leadership role.
Olympics.
Yeah, just like being not afraid to be like an alpha. You know what I mean? Like in
Yeah.
the KD's on cruise control, but I think KD can be on cruise control. He's KD. You know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
the
You need
there's
someone. You need
there's no
someone to
like
yeah.
there's no life. The bench was dead. Like it was just it felt like they were going through the motions. And it's like a team that's like that talented and on the cusp. Like they could easily just make a push and be a playing team and
I
cause
mean,
problems. Like
like
it's like
they're bro yeah, they're so talented.
so
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm saying that because like in person I was
I
right
don't get
there
it.
and like I did. It was very odd. Like it was very very
Yeah.
odd.
I think, but the other thing, so Tom, I'll let you go after I ask the second question, so then I don't have to interrupt you again. Is like why does like we all love KD. He's a pure basketball player, but like why does this happen to this guy all the time, bro?
I don't
Like
think he's a
why?
number one.
Yeah, he
I
just
don't
can't.
know.
He just can't be the guy.
Like he can be a 1A and 1B. He can be a 1A, but I don't think he can be the one.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
weird
He just
because
so
like it's just like not his personality.
yeah, which is fine. Like there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong
yeah,
with
no,
that.
no. That's what I'm saying. This isn't anything negative towards KD. It's just like interesting that this is like the fourth time this has happened to him.
yeah, it's interesting because, you know, where would everything be if Klay Thompson didn't go nuclear in Oklahoma City game 6 that year? Like, I think the Thunder probably win the championship. KD probably never leaves. Like, it's
Yeah.
just none of this ever happens. Are we saying the same stuff? You know, like, because he was the one on that team. Russ was the guy, but like, I think
No,
KD.
exactly. But I also think on that team too, like that was a 1A 1B
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
Even though
I
he
don't
was, you
Yeah.
disagree
know what I mean? Because
And
Russ
even
is
a
an
one
alpha.
seed too if you keep Harden instead of Surge.
for sure. Yeah. No,
But
I don't know why this
mm,
happens to him, Jared.
I,
It's odd. Like
no.
he's had
He's
such
playing
good
so
teams
well.
too, and
Dude, like
So, bro,
I'll look at the box scores, he'll have
he's
like
so good.
36 on like 18 shots and they'll get banged by 25.
well, they
That
also
doesn't
don't
make any
defend.
sense.
Like
Yeah, well, yeah,
they
they don't
don't
guard.
guard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But that's like half the teams in the NBA right now. So
He should have, the Warriors fan in me speaking, he should have just never left the Warriors.
she might end up back somehow. I don't know, but
I think that, but
I don't know. That'd be
I also
insane.
think that's like the other thing too is like, uh, this is gonna come off sounding wrong. I feel like he gets bored and he wants to like go team up with a different homie.
no,
It feels that way.
I
Definitely
don't
feels
disagree
that
with
way.
that.
Yeah,
That's what it felt like happened with the Warriors.
yeah, like
Like,
like I'm gonna go like I started this new
I want to go play with
company,
Kyrie.
35 Ventures. It's based
Yeah,
out of Brooklyn. I'm like Kyrie wants to go to Brooklyn. What's up? Let's go hang out, bro, and go to Brooklyn. Like,
yeah.
you know.
And then like him and
Um,
Books, and it looked like they were like super tight, and
I
like
think yeah, throwing Bradley Beal in there just threw a whole wrench in
that's
that whole
well, I think
thing,
that's the
dude.
issue.
they should
Yeah,
have
and
kept Chris
then
Paul and DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, or Mikhail and Cam.
Yeah.
Like, why don't
Well,
you just
did they
keep
trade
Mikhail?
him? No. Well, oh,
Well,
you mean
they went for KD, but I'm just saying.
yeah. Well, yeah. I don't think they should have traded for KD, honestly, but
Yeah, I mean, you
uh,
have a team that goes to the finals and they just blow it up.
I think the Beal trade was awful. I never thought
Yeah,
Beal was.
No,
I
that
always
was a
thought
bad
Beal was
play.
like a good scorer. I never thought Beal was like
yeah,
a franchise changing guy. He doesn't guard.
yeah, yeah. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, yeah, it sounds like it's really bad over there, and it just goes to show you like what we talked about before previously. Is like, bro, like you just can't buy a championship. It just doesn't work that way anymore. You can't do it.
Uh,
Like there's just too many good teams, too many good players. Like, and then you have teams like OKC that
Well,
just do it through
and
draft.
I was gonna say, and like, there's too many smart front offices now
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
find a way
Just go
around
through
it.
the draft. Yeah,
Dude, I went to the Thunder Spurs game tonight. Bro, Shea was like didn't even play in the second half. This guy J Dub had 40 easy, like, and
yeah.
closed the game out. And Shea just like cruise control
Chilling.
30, got to the
Yeah.
line 10 times.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like they
he
are
got
a
his
problem. And
31.
Chet's in a sweatsuit. Chet didn't even play. Like
Yeah.
they are good.
Shout out to your boy De'Aaron though with that game winner. That was a tough shot
Yeah,
2 nights
shout out to
ago.
Foxy.
That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're cruising. They're
but they're
so
gonna run. We'll see what they do.
They're
They're not
good,
gonna be
dude.
able to keep it together though after they pay these maxes. They're gonna probably lose like an Aaron Wiggins, or they might lose like a Lou Dort or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. Well,
Cause
I
They
mean,
got so many damn
they
picks.
could capitalize on this
Should
shit.
yeah,
KD
no,
go
no,
back?
for sure.
Should
Huh?
they do that? I said, yeah, should they do that? Should KD go back?
I
That'd be
mean, there
crazy.
was rumors of that a while ago, but I don't even
Yeah,
think they would want it though. To be honest, Shea is a one. Shea is an alpha, so he
and
he not,
J Dub is an
he's
elite
like right there.
too.
Yeah, no,
He's
no,
an
he's right
elite
there.
too,
Yeah,
dude. He's so good.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for the postseason though.
yeah,
I was
It's gonna be
actually
fun
gonna do that
playoffs.
as
It's
my
gonna be a really
start, but
fun playoffs.
yeah.
well, between what happened in the Cleveland Boston game this past week
Oh,
was amazing.
Yo, this
Like,
guy Jason Tatum stays getting killed.
oh man, but
at what
Cleveland's
point?
legit. Cleveland's
At what point
legit,
do we
man.
start feeling bad for Jason Tatum?
uh,
I don't know. I don't because
uh,
part of it he brings it upon himself. Like,
Ugh,
I also, but I will say this is the one thing I will say on that
can't
note.
win, man. That guy can't win.
But
no,
here's the thing.
yeah,
Here's the thing. It's like goes. I mean, I don't want to dive into this, but like that whole like the face of the NBA type thing. It's like, dude, if you just keep winning and just like don't say shit like or stuff,
exactly.
right?
It's still like it
Just
almost feels like he's like begging to
yeah. He wants
like
validation. He wants
it's like, bro, you're
validation.
winning. Like that's all.
Yeah,
Like who
like you're
cares?
on
I
the
don't know
best
why he
team. You're
said it.
making
Yeah, I don't
three
know
hundred
why.
fifty
Exactly.
million dollars. Like, dude, like, what do you like? You're nice. Like,
Yeah,
just keep
just
winning
be
and like,
nice. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, like it's like he wants them. He's like, I'm not saying I'm making fun. But like, he's probably like sitting in his house and like, why do you talk about Anthony like Edwards like that? Why are they talking about me like that? It's like, dude, like,
But it's just
just
like
Yeah,
that's just not your personality. Like,
yeah.
no. Well,
And
he
even then, who
did.
cares?
well, and
He
it's like
did
okay,
come out. Wasn't that him that came out and said like, if you take my resume,
Yes, yes,
that was him,
yes,
right? He was like, if you
yeah.
take my resume and take away my name, like we're talking a lot differently about who I am. It's like,
Like, I
bro,
don't know
just shut
why
up. You don't have
anybody.
to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that. You don't have to say
yeah.
that.
Well, and
my
who
thing
like
is
what?
if
No one has
Kobe
any
is
reason to hate on him. Like,
if
Yeah.
Kobe is his yeah, he's giving people a reason to. That's why.
yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
if Kobe is like his like idol and all this, Kobe was never on press conferences talking about, "Do you see what I'm doing?" But you know what I mean? He just did
yeah,
it.
Never.
So we'll just do it. Like,
yeah, yeah. No, well, that's a good point too, because how I look at it is like, dude, that's like you're like I don't like why no one hates on you because you don't say anything. You just go
bro,
out there and hoop and like
just
okay, early in your career you shot a lot of bad step backs, but you don't really do that as much anymore. And you're playing good defense,
you won.
and you won, and you're
They're the
probably gonna win.
best.
Like you're gonna win
They're the
again
best team
this
in the
year,
world to me. Yeah, like you. I
unless
know
OKC figures it out.
Cleveland is legit. Cleveland is
Cleveland's
very
legit,
good.
man.
I still got to see him in playoff series.
No, that's
Yeah,
fair,
I
but
agree. I agree, but barely.
I
I've
just
watched a few of their games over the
no,
past few
I
months.
watched him live, bro. Ty Jerome scored 30 and
A
didn't miss.
problem. A problem. A
so
How
problem.
good.
let's talk about smart GM people. Like how did that one fall through? Like
That Sam Merrill comes off the bench
The
flaming.
Warriors.
Like
Steve
they
Kerr
yeah,
was
got
playing. Steve Kerr was playing Ty Jerome 30 minutes a game.
because and guess where you Kenny Atkinson, hello, he saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
He's
that
like, "Oh, we need that guy."
yeah.
Yeah, they
Well,
had the
one thing
sickest
about the
they had
Cavs
the
you can
crazy
count on,
rotation.
Donovan Mitchell's going to show up in the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah.
That guy's
That's a
dog.
one. That's a
I
one.
think
That's a one.
the
That's a
guy you
one.
have to worry about is Darius Garland.
That's exactly.
Yeah,
That's
He's
my
I
thing.
want to
so
see what
Like,
he
good.
does, but he's
He's
so
so
good.
good. But in the
and
playoffs,
but you
guys,
know what can make up for it is
It's
like
Mobley,
yes, because
and
Mobley,
he's
bro,
taking a jump this year. That's
he's a problem,
ridiculous.
yo. When it's so I've watched him play 3 times, once in person, twice on TV. Yo, when he decides to turn it on, there's not really
he
anything you
did
can
that
do
against
with
the
him.
Celtics this
But
week.
he's
He's
just
like a
like
more athletic version of Jaren Jackson.
he's got well, and like
Yeah.
his offensive tool set
Package is
is
like,
a
yeah,
lot better this year, and he's just you can
yeah,
tell his instinct is a lot more like natural this year. So
like more doggy, like trying to be,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, there was that
like
move that was going around Twitter not too long ago. It was like a loose ball rebound. He snatched it behind his back and went up and dunked it. You didn't see that last year. Like you did not see
no,
him go to that.
Oh, at both times they played the Warriors, it's the only time I've really watched them this year besides like their OKC and Boston game. He's like their Draymond. He's like their hub at offense.
Yeah,
no.
It's
When
crazy.
he decides
And
to
he's
play,
so much
yeah,
better than Draymond ever was offensively. Like,
no,
no,
he's
he's good. He's really
dog.
good.
When it's fun. That's what I'm saying. Because like when you can tell, it's like a night and day thing. It's literally like a light switch. When he turns the light switch on, like bro, there's not like even Boston. There's not really anybody that can
yeah.
mess with him.
That's what I'm saying.
And then you
Yeah,
got Jared Allen next to him, who
who
Yeah,
is a
moves so well.
big,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that is a real big right there.
I'm
No,
excited though. I think there's some like it could go a few different ways in the playoffs, and we
yeah.
haven't
I
seen
mean,
that
the
in a
Knicks
while.
are
So
falling off. They're struggling,
Yeah.
and
Well,
they're
also,
defensively. And Cat hasn't
I think
played.
Brunson will be good for some big time playoff performances
yeah.
though.
They just miss
Before we,
Hartenstein so much.
yeah, before we leave the Cavs too, the DeAndre Hunter trade was phenomenal.
Phenomenal,
Yeah,
What a
phenomenal,
move!
great trade,
yeah.
Like
great
Didn't lose
what?
trade.
any of their core. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, you gave up
Yeah,
Niang and
Levert,
Levert.
yeah.
Like
Didn't lose
they're
any of your
fine,
core.
but like DeAndre Hunter's
bro. He just
six
had like
eight.
30 something this past game,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy is a dog,
and he's a great defender. That's your Tatum stopper right there. So
dude.
Yeah, no, they're
no,
they're they're trying to do it. I mean, they yeah, outside that's the only bummer, dude. I wish that Orlando was healthy because that's disgust.
they
Like
could
they just
similar
can't
build.
catch. They can't catch a break now that Jalen Suggs is out after losing Franz and losing like I mean, but Detroit looks good right now.
I love
Yeah,
Detroit.
Cade
I
is a
love
one for
Detroit.
sure, but like it's sad because it's just gonna come down to the Cavs and the Celtics probably.
which I do think will be fun though.
Yeah, it will be, but it's gonna take us a month and a half to get there.
Yeah, no,
Like
no,
a
I think
slug
playoffs.
through.
I think playoffs will be good.
Hopefully the Knicks can steal a game or two.
I think Brunson will be
Cat
good for
just needs to
some.
get healthy, bro.
Yeah.
And but defensively, they're bad.
Oh my god, yeah, I don't know.
Oh, dude, did you see? Did you see
Cat,
Nick Young, dude?
bro, bro. That
Oh
I know this
man,
was a few weeks ago, but that no look pass Cat had.
yeah,
Dog,
he's a
he's
The
clown.
yo, he's
greatest
a
shit
he's
I've
a
ever.
he's a troll, bro.
He's a clown. He's a clown.
All right, Luke,
He's a
what's your
clown.
start?
I have a sit, and like I said,
Oh
it's not
yes, here
basketball
we go.
related. We've been traveling a lot over the past few days, or past like 10 days, I should say. A lot of bus rides, a lot of plane flights, multiple different countries. Um, I'm sitting full swing, season 3. The newest
Oh,
Interesting.
that's
season of
sad. I haven't started yet.
yeah, so the newest season of the golf Netflix series Full Swing came out like 2 days ago, and I already finished it. And I'm sitting it because it feels like they mailed it in this year. I feel like they just there's I think there was really 2 good episodes in my opinion, but there's really only one new personality, and it's the Gary Woodland episode. I think that was the best episode. It was about him coming back from having open brain surgery because he had a tumor and like playing in the open and all that. And I think that was a great episode. But other than that, you had 3 Rory episodes, which like
Mhm.
felt like a Rory press run, like trying to make him feel more human. Like whatever. I don't like
After the stupid live stuff,
but that was last year's season. You know what I mean? So like we don't need to
revisit.
I don't need a Rory Shane Lowry buddy episode. Like I didn't need that. I don't really care. This like I there was I'm a big Sahit Tagalog fan, so they gave him like half an episode with Scotty. But like it was basically just Scotty's the best one, and they were like putting him on a pedestal. It's like, okay, we don't like everyone who watches golf already knows that. We don't like I don't need to see that. Like, where's the episode on like
Batia, what about Batia, man?
there was no Akshay Bhatia in there. Tom
Yeah.
Kim, who was a star of either season 1 or
He's
2,
annoying.
But he's a personality. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's annoying
He
personality.
Well,
was
I've never
only in on
watched
the,
Full Swing, Luke. Were
I
the other
agree with
seasons
you though. I
good?
agree with you. You know who else they
no,
should
but
have
then
put? Oh, go
last
ahead.
they treated the President's Cup episode like it's the Ryder. People don't care about the President's Cup, dude. Like it's not the Ryder Cup, and they like did this whole episode with Keegan Bradley and all this, and it's like, dude, like people didn't watch it. Like people weren't like this isn't a
Yeah.
story the way the Ryder Cup is, and it's just kind of like it didn't. I might be.
They're
I don't.
just
I
like
haven't
running.
looked at
They're just like
reviews and
running
stuff.
out of ideas.
But just like get new. Like there was a Wyndham Clark episode. We already had 2 of those, bro. Like I don't. I get he has like going through mental stuff. Like I understand it. Like he overcame it and made the Olympic team. Like cool. Like I
Why?
didn't.
Yeah.
Like
What
I.
about Michael Kim? Why don't they have Michael Kim on there to talk about him coming back?
There were so many things that they could have done. I liked the Gary Woodland episode was great, and I liked the. I'm a pretty big fan of Minwoo Lee, so I liked the episode they had with him. And he was like half of the episode. It was like him and Wyndham Clark were one episode about making the Olympics.
Yeah.
All the Scotty stuff, like even the stuff they had, like part of one of the episodes was when he got arrested. We didn't get any like real insight. They just rolled like the press clips that we all saw on Twitter. Like it wasn't
Uh,
like I don't know. I just felt like it didn't get me like I'm more excited about golf just because of watching the last few tournaments, not because of
yeah. You
the
saw what
full
happened
swing
this
stuff.
weekend. It was crazy.
It's been good, and it's
Yeah.
just
No,
like,
it's
dude,
been
like
good.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's a series that like Tommy started the quarter gold one. Like Netflix usually does such a good job, and I just feel like it was just kind of mailed in. There was a I did like the Bryson talk. I did talk about that during the U.S. Open last year. How Bryson I felt like was kind of trending in the right direction for himself, and they kind of got a little personal with him. So I think he deserved the shine that he got. But again, like they turned it into a Rory episode about Rory playing his best golf again, and like I don't care. Like get him off my screen. If you want to make it a Bryson episode, make it a Bryson episode. Like we don't need
Mm.
these old personalities that everyone already knows about back up and again and again. Like
Yeah. Or
I
like
was sick
talk
of the
about.
same stories. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
I
know.
mean,
It
obviously the if they do another season, we know it's going to be about the young guys like Knapp and Clank and
it
stuff like
Clanton,
that. And yeah.
bro. That it better be. If they have a season 4 and there's not a Luke Clanton episode about him, this new PGA Tour U accelerated program that he just flew through to get his tour card. If there's not an episode
Yeah.
on that, then there shouldn't be. But like, yeah, no Akshay Bhatia. He had a huge season
Yeah,
last year,
that's what I'm saying. Like, why,
massive season
bro?
last year, and
Yeah.
he's a young guy that a lot of people love watching. Like
And
relatable. Nothing. He
I
wasn't
was,
even in it. Didn't even get a press release.
he's super engaging too. If you listen to him in press conferences, like
Dude,
he
he's
actually is very, very articulate.
yeah. And then like,
Like,
there's just like I don't know. There were some corny parts. Like there was a Minwoo part when it was like, and there was also like the corny parts of it, like there was multiple. I could say probably 5 or 6 different scenes where it was like the guy and his girlfriend, or like a guy and his mom, or a guy and his sister sitting down and like having a very forced talk with cameras in front of them. It's like, bro, like you didn't just sit down over this sandwich to have a talk about how you felt about the 18th green yesterday. Like no, that didn't happen. Like that
yeah,
was forced by Netflix. Like it's just like felt very
that's probably because
inorganic,
that's what
and
I'm saying. They were like running out of ideas.
but
Were
like
the
there's
other
so many
two good? The
personalities.
other 2 seasons good?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, the other two are good. I
Really
think
good. But it's also
the
like the Ryder Cup episodes in season 2 were phenomenal, and like the Ryder
yeah,
Cup comes every other year, so they try to do that again with President's Cup. And again, I'm speaking.
yeah,
Ryder Cup is U.S. versus Europe, which has been going on for like I don't know
forever.
forever, and
Yeah.
it's like it's huge, it's massive. Like if it's in Europe, the Europeans show out. If it's in U.S.,
And
the USA fans show out. In Europe, kick their ass last time in Europe. It's coming back to the United States.
bad.
President's Cup is U.S. versus world
Risky.
minus Europe, and it's like it's a thing, but it's not the
Because
Ryder Cup.
yeah, it's not the same.
Like,
And
and
plus
they
the other
try to
thing
make it
too.
the same thing, and it's like, bro, like people didn't care. Like, and the U.S.
Yeah.
have won like the last 15, so it's like it's really
Yeah.
not that big of a thing. Like,
Yeah, because the best golfers that aren't American are definitely European golfers. So
yeah,
it's
it's
like
like, bro,
the
like
other thing too about that, Tom, that like if you watch it, like there was like some serious drama that was going on around the Ryder Cup because they
it was
select the
fire.
players. Yeah, it was like it was so clear what was happening, but it was also like very like compelling to watch.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I just think I like. Did I enjoy the season? Yeah, it was still like a good watch. I think it was only 7 episodes. Like I flew through it. Like I love golf, and I love the guys and personalities in it. But I just feel like they mailed it in. And like for what
yeah.
Netflix has been putting out recently, like with their
Right.
sport documentaries, it's just like I was like
Could have been
I
a lot
wanted
better.
more. Like when episode 7 ended, I was like, wait, that's all they gave us. Like I feel
Yeah.
like we didn't even do anything. Like I could have told the same stories just off of being a viewer and like being on Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
and I
I
also
like
another thing I didn't like is like they have like social media golf influencers in there. Like I would have rather had
Uh,
like traditional golf journalists. Like I don't need Dan
yeah.
Rappaport in there. Like he's the Barstool guy, or like Paige Sporanic had. Like I don't need them commentating
Yeah.
on
Nah.
freaking
You.
Rory's missed putt. Like I don't care. Like they're
Yeah.
on Twitter for a reason.
yeah.
No,
Bring
you'd
me
rather have like.
bones. Like
Yeah.
bring me
Yeah.
bones. Like I want
Yeah.
real golf people. Like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or even like I was watching the tournament this weekend and like they had Jack Nicklaus on for like a good like 15, 20 minutes. It was dope to listen to him
Well,
talk.
and my thing too is like there's these golf YouTubers that are having like Gary Player on their thing, or like you said, Jack Nicklaus or Phil Mickelson. Like they're having
Yeah.
real golf like legends. And it's like it can't be that hard if there's YouTubers putting them on their channel. Like
Yeah.
we got Netflix pulling Twitter influencers.
Yeah.
Like, come
Like
on,
Paige.
bro.
Not even Twitter influencers, just
like
like influencers.
like I'm not like I like Dan Rappaport, don't get me wrong, but he's a barstool guy. Like he doesn't need to be on a Netflix special. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
I hear you on that. I know, and golf is so hot right now. There was so much good stuff that's happened in the last 3 weeks.
Dude, it's been great. And it's like
Yeah,
Masters are around the corner. The players are in
dude.
2 weeks, and then it's Masters. Like
Yeah,
I just feel
no.
like they knew that it
Yeah,
was gonna hit no matter what. Like you're gonna watch it,
yeah. I'm gonna watch it. Yeah,
even with
I'm gonna
me
watch it.
giving it a
Even with
thumbs down
you
right now,
dogging
you're
it,
gonna watch it,
I'm
and you're
sad
gonna.
now, but I'm gonna watch it. Yeah.
It's just like, bro, I don't
They
know.
get lazy.
I'm
I just
tired
think
of the
they get
same
lazy, bro.
stories.
They
Like,
just get lazy.
and
That's
it
all
would
it
be
is.
one thing if there weren't stories to highlight, but there were.
No,
Like,
dude. There's so many. Like even Matsuyama going crazy.
yeah, that's what
I
I'm
Like
like it.
saying. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
But
It's
it
just
is
Unfortunate.
what it is. But I think I'm actually would be excited for the next season because of like Luke Clanton and Jake Knapp and Hightower who won today.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did
So
you watch the Court of Gold, Luke, or no?
No, I went straight. I went straight.
I fell asleep with like 20 minutes ago in the last episode, Tom, so I'm gonna finish that. But it's been good. It's
Yeah.
definitely been good. Evan Fournier looks super annoying.
Yeah, he
It looks like
does.
he's
Yeah.
beefing with the head coach.
I like Batum in that though. Batum was cool.
Yeah, yeah, Batum's tight, but yeah, I mean
That
it,
Serbia,
it,
the episode about the Serbia game was my favorite one.
yeah, no, it was good. It's definitely good. I mean, I have my own reservations about some of the influences there, but yeah,
It's fair.
overall it was good.
You should have, unless you fell asleep, you should have been able to. No, never mind. You wouldn't have seen it. They did kind of this little behind the scenes on how hard the Serbians were going after they won the bronze medal game.
Oh, I did
That's
see a
so
little bit
funny.
of that. Yeah,
They were pissed drunk. It was
Uh,
so funny.
Good for
yeah,
them, man. Yeah, bronze medal means a lot.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, full swing. I'm sitting it. If you haven't watched it, I do think like obviously if you're a fan of golf and like the first two seasons,
just
you should still watch it. But it's just like
curve
Watch
your.
Severance instead.
yeah, just watch Severance, man. Just watch
Yeah.
Severance. Much better
Oh
TV out
God,
there,
shut up, man.
dude. The funny thing is like usually in TV takes, I would have to say you know what, you're right, but this one you're wrong. Like you
No,
gotta.
I'm just
I'm getting
hating. I'm
text.
just
Hey,
hating on you.
I got a
I'm
text
just
from
hating
Luke
on
last
you.
Thursday that made my day. He said, "Happy
said-
Severance Day, brother." I said, "Let's go."
Yeah, see, why can't he be this committed on other stuff though? That's why I'm
I
upset.
That's fair.
am, bro. I am.
You're not, bro. You're not committed.
I've never started the other ones, so
Exactly.
It's fine.
How sad is that? Those
So
have been
that's
around
not
for
committed.
years.
That's just haven't
That's not
joined in.
committed, bro. That's
I
being
never committed to
non-committal.
it. I've never
Exactly.
committed to
That's
it
the
though.
problem.
No, being non-committal means like I'm here, but then I'm not. I've never even
Yeah.
stepped into
You
that
get
realm.
on Netflix every day. You just told
No, I
us you watch
don't.
Netflix and you scroll past Ozark
I don't.
instead of
But yeah, because Full
clicking
Swing came out, so I
Ozark.
downloaded Full Swing episodes.
So
Uh,
you are
I only get-
non-committal.
Let's hear this walk with me quote,
All
man.
right. So this is actually good. This is all worked out. So my quote is I saw it and I wanted to do we obviously this is a basketball podcast, sports encompassing. I wanted to try I always try to kind of go off and something that I think that isn't necessarily directed straight from sports, but something that can relate straight back and can correlate, if that makes sense. Like this wasn't made by a sports person, but it definitely translates into sports. So it's actually a super old quote. It was a we were talking about the gladiator earlier, but it was from Marcus Aurelius.
Huh.
And the quote is, "The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts."
Ooh.
And I've been like going through that a lot with like, especially training wise. Um, Obviously not drilling as much as like helping people visualize like the game within like a photo, like looking at taking snapshots and seeing what like and visualizing where people are going to be, what the right reads are, things like that. And I think like if you if you think good thoughts and like you have
Yep.
positive like positive affirmation is a real thing. So it's like, especially in sports, it's like if I go into the game nervous or questioning whether I'm going to make shots or not, or whether I'm going to make the right decision, I'm probably going to mess up. We all know that. We all been there where like you're looking back at the coach or you're not 100% like confident in what you're doing. And so like I know, and all both of you know, and probably anybody that plays any sport, like when your mind is clear of like of any kind of like fear, and like your thoughts are very positive and pure, like you always have more fun playing,
Mm.
even the times that you don't win.
You rhymed accidentally right there, or what?
Or don't
Probably.
play well specifically
Yeah.
too. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna enjoy it still.
Yeah, exactly. Because like you're going into it with the right visualization
Yeah,
and the right
exactly.
mentality. And like so much of it, like I feel like as I'm getting, I've been doing this for a long time, like getting people to connect the dots from like point A to point B is so much more about that visualization than it maybe is about the specific skill or the specific like thing that you're trying to teach. Because like everybody's gonna do something a little different, right? Like Kyrie's going to do a step back a little different than Steph. And Steph's going to do a little different than James Harden does, right? But it's like the thought and the visualization of, okay, this defender commits. I'm going to get back in an angle to create space to get an easy shot. Like, but visualizing that stuff is huge. So
Yeah.
that's where I translate it to basketball. But obviously, it translates to all walks of life.
Yeah. No, that's well said. I don't have too much to add besides just harping on we talk all the time here about positive affirmations and positive self-talk. Um, I think that quote is right on par with everything we've ever said about how important positive self-talk is just in life, period. Like you're gonna be so much better in your everyday life if you're actually telling yourself like, "Hey, I'm good at this stuff." Like believe in yourself. I do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I would say too, like, um, I always say like you're from a less technical standpoint, more just a broad like umbrella standpoint. Like confidence is a scary drug. I've always said that. I think when people are sometimes people's best attribute is their confidence. Like I've seen very like players that aren't as skilled make it places they probably couldn't just because of their confidence. And I think the confidence comes from your habits and your routines. And so like if you like I always say like living right, right? Like if you're doing everything you're supposed to do behind the scenes, you can be confident in yourself and then that's going to help you have a clear mind and you're going to, perform in whatever aspect like you said, whatever walk of life it is in the way you want. So that's kind of what I thought about when you said it.
Yeah. So something that we all experience and all of us struggle to experience, I think too. That's the other thing too, is like it's easy to get down or it's easy to get like negative when you're like doing competitive things because like it's not always going to go your way, right? Sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't go your way at all, and it's like you can't change that vision and the visualization because like and being able to get out of those like get out of the rabbit hole is how I like to say it, but like
Yeah.
you don't want to go down that rabbit hole and you got to just stick to that thought process.
Definitely. I like it.
Cool.
What we didn't talk about in any of our basketball talk, starts, assists, whatever it was Joel Embiid being out for the year and potentially having to medically retire is some of the rumors I've been seeing. Obviously, we saw last week Wemby went out with a blood clot of sorts for the rest of the year, and we're seeing kind of these devastating injuries and stuff come up. So our starting five this week is sports injuries, what ifs, right? So we said it could be any sports. You can take athletes from whatever, and just kind of your what ifs when it comes to injuries. Now, we've been kind of lazy on the order and all that and all this. I have a wheel today. As you
What
see,
in
Luke,
God's
Jared,
name, bro?
Tommy.
At least you
Here we
picked the right color
go.
for me. I like this. Blue's coming.
Yellow.
That's
Oh
crazy.
God,
All
mother
right,
effer.
all right,
I'll
Tommy. You
take the
can
first
choose.
pick, man.
You want
Take
the
the
first
first
pick?
pick.
All right, Jared.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Yeah,
Too
there it
close.
is.
All right, you want third? You want
Yeah,
second?
no, I want third.
All right, I'll go second. Tommy, me, Jared. Let's roll.
Bang. Sports injury. What ifs?
I actually like second right here. Actually,
We are a basketball podcast, so I've got to go. I've got to go with Brandon Roy at the 2 here.
That's the
Got to go
automatic pick.
Got to
That's the
go
automatic
Brandon
pick.
that's a good
Roy at
one.
the 2.
Yeah.
That guy. That
That's why I
guy.
wasn't worried about taking the 3 spot because I knew if I didn't get one, he was gonna be gone.
His highlights, his basketball ability are just ridiculous. Who knows? Who knows where he would have been if he never had those injuries? So,
Yeah.
and Roy.
I also think his influence on like the Pacific Northwest basketball.
Seattle
Absolutely.
basketball, man.
Yeah, like he's huge out there. He still is, and he always has been.
Where's
So
he
like,
at now? Do you know, Jared?
He coaches at one of the. If he, I think he's not coaching at Nathan Hale.
I was
He
gonna
coached
say,
Michael Porter there,
yeah,
but I think he's coaching at one of the high schools there. Not he went to Garfield. I
I
don't
was gonna
yeah.
say
think
he did
he's
some time
coaching
with
at
Garfield.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean they always kind of they're all around there. Like there's a couple other guys that you guys would know that are from up there that are coaching up there now too. So.
But yeah,
And his
I
kids, because
just
his kids have to be getting close to that high school age, his boys, I think.
Okay.
His kids are a little younger than Jamal's kids, so.
yeah.
Boom.
But
Brandon
nice
Roy.
pick. Yeah, that's a good pick. That's the right pick.
I'm gonna go with who I would have taken at one. Just this again, I like to be personal. This is I've said it on the pod before. This is one of my favorite players. I own his jersey. I've always loved his game, and I think he's a massive what if for multiple reasons, but injuries being the main reason. I'm gonna take Penny Hardaway at my point guard.
Any
Yeah, that's a
Um,
really good one.
obviously the what if Shaq stays is another what if, but I mean, bro, if we watch if you watch, he is the prototype for what we're seeing today in
Yeah,
successful NBA
Yes.
for
guards.
sure.
And
Yeah.
that was in the 90s. Like
He
his
was
highlight
doing
tapes,
stuff that no one had ever done before
he was
at
so
that
ahead of his
size.
time, and like
Yeah.
it's just he was so impressive.
He
And like if you
probably,
listen to him talk, he's a great dude. Like he's
yeah,
very humble, he's very gracious for his opportunities. He understands like
yeah,
he's not a selfish dickhead. Like he
yeah.
knows where he stands. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of his, so
Yeah.
take
College
Penny at the one.
coaching may not have been his route, but.
Yeah, you kind of got to be a
Okay.
psycho to do that. I don't really
Yeah,
think he is.
exactly.
So
Okay. This is good. Obviously, I had Brandon Roy. He was going to be the first pick. But it's all good because I had a lot of guys that came to tryouts, and I want to get. I'm going to go point guard, shooting guard, point guard. Um, you know, I really wish that this player would have. I totally respect and understand he was like a pioneer as far as this. I wish he would have stuck it out a little bit longer to see if he could have got one or two. But give me Andrew Luck, man. Andrew Luck.
yeah,
That
Great.
guy left so much money on the table, but I mean such a poignant like outlook on on life. And now
Fantastic
he's
pick.
freaking the general manager of Stanford.
yeah, and
So
probably like I'm not a neurologist in any sense, but probably living a much healthier
I
life
was gonna
than
say probably has all his marbles in place.
yeah, like than what he
Yeah.
possibly could have getting bashed
Yeah.
by defensive ends. But
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, it'd been nice. He was so close a couple times. He just ran into the Tom and Peyton
yeah,
buzzsaw. Like once they phased out, I feel like he could have you know, really stuck in there and like barring the injuries, like had like more prolific years than like maybe even
no,
Aaron Rodgers in
he
those
was right
late
there.
years.
He was
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, he was nice. And the franchise just hasn't really recovered since then. That's the other thing that you think about too is like the decimation.
Yeah.
So,
That's what a franchise QB does for you.
exactly. All right, now at shooting guard. This guy was just man, this guy was just so explosive and it was so hard to watch him go through his injuries because his game was so it was so spectacular to watch, but as soon as his back started going, then like he couldn't do any of this stuff. So give me T Mac. T Mac,
Nice.
shooting guard.
Shooting guard.
Yeah, shooting guard. It was yeah, it was tough. Tough to watch that happen.
He's a good pick. All right, I'm gonna go with my center here. Um, and another guy that like whenever you see any recent interviews or anything, like you just feel for him. And I mean, we had a lot of KD talk today, but there's a reason why this
Oh
guy was
yeah.
taken before KD, and we never really got to see why. I'll take Greg Oden at my center.
Yeah. Yeah, good pick. Really good pick. Yeah, who would
Yeah,
have thought that Mike Conley would have like tripled his career?
yeah, Mike
Seriously,
Conley's still going, man.
Yeah. I mean,
The
they played
vet.
together from like high school on.
it's crazy.
That's a really good pick. I had someone. Maybe I'll take this guy in the turn here. I got to go best available here. I'm just really shocked he's still on the board. Derrick Rose, my point guard.
Yep.
Got to go
Yeah,
D
that's a
Rose.
really good pick. Really good pick.
Yeah, I was surprised that
I
he left.
figured. Well, I figured that was. I thought you were going to take him. I makes sense. You took Brandon Roy, but I thought you were going to take him earlier. I
Yeah,
thought he would fell earlier.
yeah. I mean, shoot, we all know D Rose, and shout out to him. Just officially retired,
Yeah.
or no,
Ah, good pick.
just got his jersey retired, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever it was, yeah. Bulls legend, basketball legend, dude. What an influence! Like he could have been even even crazier than he was if those knee injuries never happened. So, and then kind of gonna go an interesting lineup here. This is a this is a homer pick, but this guy's amazing. He's got an incredible story. I'm gonna go Sean Livingston at the three.
Yeah.
Sean Livingston at the three. He still had a very solid career and really rejuvenated it with the Warriors, but he was that guy. He was that guy coming out of high school and had just a gruesome leg injury. Um, had to come
Yeah,
back
that
and
was.
play a really different style of basketball. And we all know we're basketball guys. We all know how elite Sean Livingston was as a backup point guard and a
Yeah.
mid range
Yep.
specialist. So he had a hell of a career.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good pick. Good pick.
that's a great pick.
Lost the fro too with the
Yeah.
Yeah.
injury, so that's another sad part about it. All right, I'm gonna go to my small forward here. I think height wise, probably not there. But I think demeanor wise, he fits as a small forward, and that's why I put him there. The injury what ifs you usually talk about people who don't reach their potential, and I think he fits that bid. But this is still a guy that's heavily regarded as the greatest of all time. But I think he only scratched the surface. I wish I was old enough to appreciate his prime the way that I do now. I'm taking Tiger Woods at my small forward. I think the knee injuries and the hip injuries and the back injury, the knee specifically, and then obviously the car crashes, and then like if you want to get into the DUI and stuff, like whatever it is, and all his stuff outside of golf. But
It's a what if. An
the guy
absolute
was
what
at the
if.
peak of the game and already regarded as the GOAT, and obviously had a turmoil that took him down, and he's still seen as the GOAT. Like his dominant
Yeah.
run in golf is one of the most dominant runs in sports we will ever see.
I think he
And
would
I
probably
think he
still be the
only
number one player if his body could
if it
like
held
because you
up,
watch him swing. His swing's not the issue. He just can't
it's
walk
his
the
stamina.
course.
He
Like
and he
yeah, he
can't
just can't.
finish. Like,
Yeah.
bro, in golf you can go until 50 if you like have the
Yeah.
mechanics. Like, in the technology nowadays is going to make up for
No,
all the
his
missed
mechanics. You
power,
watch him swing you watch him swing
bro.
a golf club. Like he still swings it like pure.
He just has no leg anymore because
Yeah.
the car crash, and obviously you go through total knee reconstruction multiple times, and your game is
Yeah.
going to be completely different. But like we're talking about a guy that was chasing Nicholas his majors and probably won't get it anymore. But like my goodness, I think he only scratched the surface, and the run he
Yeah.
still did was ridiculous.
Yeah. Agreed. Ah, man, good pick. Um. Hmm. All right, I think I'm gonna go. I wanted to have I wanted to switch it up and have some, some good dynamic players on this. I will take this guy is like an easy pick at my center. Um, everyone saw him dominate in college, and then it just never translated in the NBA. But everyone says if you talk to any real hoop head from back in the day, said Bill Walton. Bill Walton wouldn't have got hurt. Bill Walton would have been one of the best centers to ever play, and he obviously still got a championship and came off the bench for the Celtics. But they said that and you look at the numbers that he put up in college, it was just disgusting.
Yeah.
So, and all the winning he did in college. So, yeah, Bill Walton at my center.
Yep.
Now this is going to be out of right field here. No pun intended. This guy, I didn't watch much baseball, but this is one guy that I would enjoy watching when I did sit down and watch baseball once in a while. And give me Ken Griffey Jr. at my power forward.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just want to, guy tore his hamstring 4 times in 4 years.
That's ridiculous. Dude.
That's ridiculous. And then
So
this is the craziest thing. I read this stat because I wanted to make sure I wasn't, I got to get my knowledge right, because I don't watch baseball. But he was placed on a disabled list 12 times, and he played fewer than 130 games in 11 of his 22 seasons.
Yeah.
It's like half the time he didn't play.
Still regarded as a legend too.
Yeah, still one of the
Yeah.
smoothest screens. But like, yeah, he
Everybody
tore
knows
his
Ken
ankle,
Griffey,
tore
man.
his knee. Yeah, like broke his wrist. Like he's had so much.
Yeah.
And he was one of the purists, right? I mean, there's no, he didn't do steroids. He was in that era, and he was so elite, and he still didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big influence too off the field
big
as well.
influence. Yeah,
Like
heck
you
yeah.
still see his stuff getting
No.
Nike runs now. So
Yeah, no. Yep. So I had to mix it up. I never
yeah,
put
it's a good
baseball in
pick.
there. Yeah.
It's a good pick. I'm gonna go to my shooting guard. Guy scores. The 3 to 4 season run that this guy had, he was on pace to be in the greatest conversations. Um, I don't really know if we're going to call it an injury, but one hit specifically stands out, and we all point to this is where it went downhill for Antonio Brown. So give me Antonio Brown at my shooting
Yeah.
guard. The Vontaze
Mm-hmm.
Perfect hit obviously is where we think the CTE probably began, and like we see who Antonio Brown is today.
Yeah, he's a crazy person.
But if we look at the numbers and we look at the run he had in those 3 to 4 seasons, like he was headed to can. Like he was gonna be one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. And ever since that hit, we really don't know. But
Yeah, it's sad.
guy was a problem, dude.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Give me Antonio Brown at the shooting guard.
Nice.
Brown at the shooting guard. It's a good pick. All right, I'm gonna go power forward here. This guy's gonna be undersized power forward for us, but he's a bulldog, and that's fine. I've got Bo Jackson.
Yeah, that's
Bo
what I
Yeah.
had at my power forward
Power
too.
forward.
Yeah, explosive runner. So
Explosive
Gonna-
runner.
Probably the reason why he got hurt was because of how explosive he
Yeah,
was.
exactly. Yeah, nasty hip injury.
Yeah, well, and playing 2 different
Played two
professional
different
sports.
Like, I mean,
Yeah, your body just has no time to rest.
what would it have looked like, man? It's crazy. And then
Yeah.
at the center, I'm gonna go. I'm reading this one right now, actually. This is one probably not expected, but it's such a like big blowback, I guess the word could be. Um, this is old. I've got Tommy John. Tommy John,
Wow.
baseball pitcher. What if
Yeah.
Tommy John never has that injury? It says
We don't have
1974.
the Tommy John that we know
The
today.
guy's
Yeah,
got
it's
an
probably called the
entire
Rob Sneed surgery.
the guy's got an entire surgery named after him.
Yeah, that's how you know your elbow was messed up.
Oh,
Seriously.
Tommy John. I got that Tommy John.
That's a good pick, Tom.
That's nice, Tommy John. All right. I got power forward left. Like I said, I had Bo Jackson at my power forward. I think arguably one of the greatest athletes of all time, if we're talking just athletic standpoint. I'm gonna go to a niche pick here, a personal pick here. I think I picked him not too long ago. I think I picked him maybe 3 or 4 starting fives ago. I don't remember what one it was. Oh, the traded starting 5. I'm gonna put DeMarcus Cousins at my power forward here.
Always a king guy.
Um,
King's guy. It's a good pick.
Good pick
when
though.
he got injured after he was traded to the Pelicans, I don't think we got to see because him and Anthony Davis were a force to be reckoned with.
They were
And when
serving.
I always enjoy when guys who played with the Kings and moved on get put on a bigger scale, and everyone got to appreciate what Kings fans got to see in such little, small market fashion. And I think we only got to see a window of that before he hurt his Achilles, and that was kind of like the end of DeMarcus Cousins. Unfortunately, I know he ended up back with the Warriors, but he was never the same after that.
Yeah,
And he
no,
was he was a dominant force to be reckoned with. So
yeah, bro. Yeah, he was
give me
a problem.
Boogie.
That's nice. I like that. So I have small forward and I have walk on. My small forward is kind of, I didn't plan on having this guy here, but I think he's ready to step up. He's been super successful, even though, and he did end up playing for a long time, but he's another one, a Brandon Roy type, that just like the what ifs is because he just oozed talent, and that's Grant Hill. Yeah, give me Grant Hill at
Yeah.
small forward.
Yeah.
Grant Hill was like, he was insane. So obviously doing great things now with USA basketball and all that. But yeah. At my walk on, so Luke, I'm gonna pitch this. Obviously, I'm not gonna take it, but my pitch was gonna be Tiger as the walk on because he he did so much in that amount of time, but he could have done so much more. So it's like he could have gave you way more. I was gonna pitch him as the walk on, but I'm not gonna take him. I just wanted to put that out there.
It's almost like I said that already, but no.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like more of a walk on fashion.
Greatest of all
Um,
time, by the way, in a walk on.
yeah, that's it. Just the little things that matter. So I'm gonna switch, and this is just more of a fun pick. This guy was a really good player, and he was huge, and people this size just aren't meant to play basketball for very long, and it was enjoyable to watch. So, plus if I get him in there with my shooting guard, it's gonna be a nice 2-man game. So give me Yao,
Nice.
Great
Yao
pick.
at the walk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to Yao.
Yeah,
All
shout out
right,
to Yao,
cool.
man. He really changed. That's the other thing I meant to say. Sorry. He changed basketball consumption by
Yeah.
bringing the Chinese fan base
Yeah.
like really to the forefront.
Yeah.
Like everyone loved Kobe, but like when Yao was like an all-star in the league, like that was such a huge deal for like
Everybody knows Yao Ming, man.
but for NBA, like for the NBA, it
Yeah.
literally opened the
Globalization of the
doors.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, it opened the doors to Asia, honestly.
Yeah. No, that's a good
Yeah.
pick. That's a good pick. So my walk on, a guy who got hurt and probably at the peak of his game, but his injury didn't affect
Damn it.
himself as much as it affected the
Damn it. This is
sports
gonna be
world.
my walk on.
I got Drew Bledsoe.
Damn
Drew
it.
Bledsoe. He gets hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, do we have Tom Brady? Who knows? Who knows?
Probably not.
But like I said, I think he was obviously a Pro Bowl caliber player, great quarterback. But if he doesn't get hurt and Tom Brady doesn't have to step into that starting position, who knows what happens? So I got Drew Bledsoe as my walk on.
Uh, hmm. I got an audible here. That was a great pick there by you, Luke.
Yeah, thanks, man. Came
Um,
prepared. I have a bunch of backups here if you need some. Like, I don't
I
know.
do too, actually.
yeah, why don't you guys take one of my backups, one of my walk-ons for me?
My
Throw 'em out
backup
there.
How
walk on
about
was
how
gonna
about
be
I'll throw in my best backup and then Luke throws in
okay.
his and you
Yeah,
pick.
and I'll pick
Yeah,
which one I
yeah.
like more. I like that.
All right, go for it.
No, you go first.
All right, my backup walk on was gonna be Kyrie/Kevin Love if they don't get hurt in that
2015.
playoff run. Because I think the Cavs would have ran away with that one if they're fully healthy.
He's not picking that one.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying. I think
Yeah.
that was my walk on fashion pick though, because obviously
that is a
like
fair pick.
those two careers really didn't.
What if I
You
pick?
know,
What if I pick if Steph Curry never hurt his ankles early in his career? I'm kidding.
I mean, you could take the KD injury too. You could take
Yeah. I was gonna say Andrew Bynum.
Oh, I like that one.
Kobe might have won like two more.
I'm gonna go Andrew Bynum.
Bynum was a force. Like the
That's a great
Celtics
pick.
really couldn't stop him. And as
Yeah.
soon as he started hurting his knees, his whole he just fell off the face of earth, got
Go ahead
traded,
and
all that
go ahead
stuff.
and put that as my walk on. That's a great pick, Andrew Bynum. Thought about
Another.
it. Yep.
Isaiah Thomas was my other one that I was thinking about because
Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah.
Hips.
I think the way that his career kind of spiraled out did stem from the hip injuries, but
Yeah.
all right. Tommy in the one slot had Derrick Rose at the point guard, Brandon Roy at shooting guard, Sean Livingston at the small forward, Bo Jackson at power forward, Tommy John at the center, Andrew Bynum at walk on. Me in the two slot, I have Penny Anthony Hardaway at the point guard, Antonio Brown at the shooting guard, Tiger Woods at the small forward, DeMarcus Cousins at the power forward, Greg Oden at the center, and Drew Bledsoe at the walk-on. Jared has Andrew Luck at the point guard, Tracy McGrady at the shooting guard, Grant Hill at the small forward, Ken Griffey Jr., the kid at power forward, Bill Walton at center, and Yao Ming as the walk-on.
Boom.
Good
That's
list,
all
fellas.
nice. Yeah, I like that list. That was good. There's so many what ifs, but
Yeah.
those were all good ones. Sadly, I may end up blowing my knee out trying to drive it 350 yards. But if I stick with my 50 chips a night, even when I limp to the fringe, the Eagle chips gonna look right.
Eagle chips, baby.
That's nice.
Eagle chips,
That's
baby.
actually nice.
God, I'm
That's
so
nice.
excited for golf season. That's my
Basic.
baby start. Is I just want it to be warm out so I can golf every day.
Yeah,
Super
nice.
Bear.
Agreed.
Fellas, great episode. Another one in the books. Thank you, listeners. With all that being said, these are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.